guys, welcome to day 23 of our Disney Nail Art Challenge. Today we are going to do Shock. If you haven't already joined our Facebook group, there is a link in the description below if you'd like to pop in so you can see the step-by-step pictures. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so as it will really help me grow. Shock is our second character of the Terrible Trio, and tomorrow we'll be doing Barrel. So let's get started. So we're going to start off with a little white arch, just slightly over to the left-hand side of the nail. From the left-hand side of that arch, we're going to drag a big diagonal line right down at least half of the nail. So you can see it's curving right in and down. And then on the other side, we're going to do a little curve, followed by a more sticky out curve that's going to be her nose. And we're going to bring a straight line then back in from the bottom of her nose. And then we're going to do another little curve for her mouth. And we're going to wrap that around then to meet her neck. And then you can fill that area in with your white paint. You're then going to take purple paint and we're going to paint in her hat. So we're going to do a big loop across the top. Now remember, it's a witch's hat, so it's really big. So a big line across the top. And then we're going to curve that line around and it's going to touch off the top of her nose. And then we're going to curve it in from the other side, and you want it to meet the same kind of line as if you draw a circle all the way around, so straight through her nose, through her face and out the other side. So obviously you're not going to draw over her face, but if you did draw over her face it would make like a big circle. And then we're going to outline her face. Just in the hat area. And you can fill it in then as you go. And then over the top of the hat, you're going to do two little lines. And then you're going to fill it in. And that's the very top bit of the hat. Then we're going to move on to her dress. So you're going to outline the very bottom bit of her neck, and you're going to draw down her two little shoulders. So two slightly little curved downward lines, and then you're going to swoop her arms up in the air like she's running with her arms out on both sides, and they're going to disappear off the side of the nail. Then we can thicken up those arms. So I'm just following the same shape and dragging towards her body. You still want them to be skinny. And you're going to do the same on the other side. And then we're going to draw a little triangle to show off the curve of her dress. See, we just turn that into a triangle, and you're going to do that on the other side as well. And then we're going to fill in the rest of her dress. Then you can take your white paint again and do your second layer of white on her face. Then we're going to do a second layer of purple if anywhere needs it. Then we're going to take our black and we're going to start our outline. So we're going to start off by outlining our hat. So we'll start off with the top corners. And then we'll do our loop across the top from one side of the nail to the other. We're going to thicken up the band just in between the curve of the hat and the top piece. You can outline around the two edges. And then we're going to outline her head. For her nose, we're going to come in about halfway across her head, and we're going to do a little slightly curved line in the same diagonal as the left-hand line for her head, and we're going to curve out into her nose area. Then we're going to wrap that down then, and then continue to outline her head. Then we're going to paint two triangles for her eyes. So her first one is going to be over her nose. So it's kind of in behind her nose a little bit. And then the second one's going to be on the left hand side. And it's going to start just below the top of the line that we painted for her nose. Then we're going to start to paint in her curly swirly hair. So to do this, we are literally going to start at the top of her head, and we're going to wiggle our paintbrush out at loads of little curvy angles all the way around her head. So it's wiggle, 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 all the way along. We're going to take some green paint and give her a little bit of eyeshadow. If you've got a shimmery green, go for it. And we're going to do a little outline around the top and the left hand side of her first eye, and then just across the top on her second eye. We need to give her ear, so we're going to take a little bit of white paint and we're going to paint over then a little bit of the hat and a little bit of the hair that we've painted in. Just a little curve at the side of her head. And then we're going to outline it with your black paint. And we're going to give it a little wiggle inside the ear, just to show off the folds of the ear. Then we're going to take our black paint again and we're going to finish off her nose area. So we want to give a little curve around and then another slight curve tucking in and touching off it. Then for her mouth, we're going to start halfway between her eye and her new little nose area, and we're going to give a really big curvy grin right the way around, and then we're going to drag that down nice and low and fill it in. Then for our dress, we're going to give her a few little flicks around her neck area just to show the frill on the top. Then we're going to curve down the right hand side of her body just to show off where her kind of other arm is behind her. And then we're just going to outline the rest of the area as we have it painted. And then using a dotting tool and black paint, we're just going to kind of smush black paint into her dress, just to create kind of like a messy pattern on it. And we're going to do the very same to the very top of her hat. And then all we need to do is get her top coated and cured. There she is beside Locke. Thank you so much for joining me on day 23. If you haven't already subscribed, there is a subscribe button on your screen right now. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group, the link is in the description. If you really enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Tomorrow we are going to move on to Barrel, and then we still have the Mayor and Jack's famous scene on top of the mountain to do. I'm going to put a post in the Facebook group today with a poll in it for you guys to choose what movie we move on to after The Nightmare Before Christmas. So if you'd like to cast your vote, make sure you join the Facebook group. For now, that's it from me. See y'all later.